All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Wahara Kakarash. Double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you hold to be. Pretty much, when it come down to January, as in January 1st and stuff, 2023, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of laws that's going to change and whatnot and stuff for a lot of things that was unlawful or you can go to jail for. Guess what? They're going to flip that around. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be okay. You see? But what they doing is that they taking the bail away and whatnot and stuff. So guess what? A lot of people that's locked up in prison, a lot of people that's locked up in jail and stuff, guess what? They're going to be freed in the next 5 months. You see? You know? And then another thing is too, when it come down to certain crimes and whatnot and stuff, what's going to happen is that they're not going to get, if they get charged by a certain individual, if one individual and stuff get charged or they call the police and stuff, the thing is that they'll be innocent when it come down to somebody else and stuff, you know what I'm saying, versus the person and stuff who was the victim. So what was an example? If a man committed domestic violence and stuff against his wife, you know what I'm saying, she will be the only one in danger of that individual. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to everybody else and whatnot and stuff, they're not going to be a danger. You see? Right? So what's that's going to bring? That's going to bring rape, robbery, and murder. You know what I'm saying? You know? Right? And then things already been getting worse. Everything's been getting bad. You know what I'm saying? You know? And more and stuff, you're going to see it on the news and stuff that the deaths are going to increase. You know what I'm saying? Don't just look at it local news. You know what I'm saying? Look at news and stuff that's going on across the world as well. Look what's going on. You see? You know? Right? So I want to start off with Second Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 15, verse 1. It said, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." Right? What's the Lord's name? Instead of Jehovah, his name is Yahweh. Instead of Jesus Christ, his name is Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, names got meanings to them. Yahweh meaning he exists, the Yah meaning he, Yahweh meaning he exists. You know what I'm saying? And Yahushua, Yah meaning he, and Yahushua means deliver. And it tells you that in Matthew 1 and 21, you know what I'm saying, that he came to save his people. You know what I'm saying? Deliver is another word for saving and stuff. What are you doing? You're delivering them from damnation. You see? Right? And the thing is that, hey, the Lord that put it in our spirits and stuff, a more sure word and stuff to tell you people, Negroes, Latinos, and Natives, and Israelites who outward appearances that of heathen, like Katy Perry and Brad Pitt, you know what I'm saying, and Jackie Chan, you know what I'm saying, just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? That you need to get right. You need to turn from your ways when it comes down to this world and whatnot, because this world is going to get you destroyed. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to pray and stuff and get yourself out of that jam and stuff because you waited too late. You see? Right? So this is verse 2. It says, actually, let me grab this. This is, because a lot of people and stuff think that we just, you know, put on garments, you know what I'm saying, made our own and stuff. If they came out here and stuff, no, this was ordained. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got something that's called reincarnation. And as it says in 1 Corinthians 1 and 14 and 32, it says the spirit of a prophet is subject to a prophet. You see? Meaning that whatever you were in your past life, that's what you're going to be in this today's life, you see? Or in this current life. You see, however time that the Lord wakes you up or feel like that you're ready to teach. You know what I'm saying? To go out and teach the people and be out to teach. You see? But we're considered as saviors in a way and whatnot and stuff because we help you follow the right instruction. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord can save you so you can build a relationship with him. You see? Because everybody's going to have to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. It ain't scary right now and stuff, but when everything locks down, you know what I'm saying? You know, right? When the animals and stuff change their place and stuff, when they break out of these zoos, you know what I'm saying? So they can be those spirits of judgment and stuff upon you people. That's when a lot of people are going to change and stuff. But guess what? The men of the Lord are not going to be found. You know what I'm saying? You know, and another thing, when it comes down to it and stuff, right? What can happen is that you can run into a man of the Lord and stuff, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be salvation for you. It could be damnation. Because if he curves you, you know what I'm saying, for you women, then guess what? You're through. And it's going to be the same way when it comes down to whole families as well, according to Zechariah 8:23. You see? Right? So I want to grab this right quick. This because as it says in Amos 3 and 7, surely the Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto the prophets, right? So you're going to have men. Prophet is masculine, not feminine, you see, right? So it's going to be men that's going to teach you and whatnot and stuff. And guess what? Yes, those men can be younger than you because it's up to the Lord if you want to put more knowledge and stuff in a younger individual and stuff than an older one, you see, right? And a lot of things that we teach and whatnot and stuff, you probably have somebody that's 60, 70 years old and stuff and been reading the Bible all their years. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? The scripture says, don't put new wine into old bottles. And what is that? That's pretty much going into the fact that you're going to have a lot of individual stuff who might be older than me, You know what I'm saying? You know, who ain't gonna be able to receive it. So they might be the same age, or they might be younger. You see? You know? Mostly and stuff that really goes towards older individuals, older men, older women. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me about the Bible and stuff. I've been reading the Bible for 70 plus years and stuff, and you're just a little tight. I got a 50-year-old age gap game against you and whatnot. That don't mean shit. If the Lord want to reveal more knowledge to a younger person and stuff, that's what it is. But are you going to take heed and stuff because it could be a test of you being humble? You see? Which a lot of people ain't. You see? So I want to grab this. This is 1 Peter's chapter 1. I think it's 2 Peter's. It's a lot. 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 19. It says we have also a more sure word of prophecy. When you go into that word sure, right? It says stable, firm. You know what I'm saying? Firm and force, steadfast. We have the force. Guess what? Anybody else in another religion and stuff, guess what? You don't have the force. And when it goes to the word religion, you go into the Latin word religio, it means to bind, but the truth sets you free. It breaks the shackles and stuff of your mind and stuff, like on Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff. You say, open your mind and whatnot. You see? But guess what? A lot of you people and stuff, you're still closed-minded and stuff to being open-minded when it comes down to the world, accepting a lot of wickedness and stuff instead of narrowing your hearts when they come down to the road of the Lord, right? You know what I'm saying? Which is easy, man. You know what I'm saying? And more beneficial, and there's common sense behind it and stuff to back up my claims. You see? So it says we have also a more sure word of prophecy and whatnot, because you're seeing that everything is coming to pass. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're seeing that the violence is increasing. You know what I'm saying? It's being proven who's really the real Jews and who's not. You know what I'm saying? You know, why the reason why they call themselves Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Because ish means to be like or pertaining to, but not of. So they're pretenders. Here it is in their own constitution. They got something called identity theft, and yet they're not keeping it. You know what I'm saying? You see? You know, they claiming to be a nation that they're not and stuff. Why? Because they know that the nation of Edom, which is full-blooded spirited Caucasians and stuff, are going to be doomed for damnation. That you're going into slavery for 1,000+ years and stuff. And you're going to be beaten to smithereens and stuff, beaten into powder, resurrected, and beaten again. You see? That you're not going to be able to escape this judgment no matter how severe you want it, no matter how much you cry for it. Plain. You see? Right? Right? It says, for 2 Peter 1:19, it says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, mean pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because even though your outward appearance is that of a heathen and stuff, it's about your spirit. You know what I'm saying? And bloodline, you are what your father is, not your mama. You see, you can look like your mama and stuff, but you're going to be what your father is and stuff because you came out of his ball sack. You know what I'm saying? You see, remember, the man has to ejaculate into the woman and stuff, and that sperm cell is what becomes the embryo, which becomes the baby. You see? You know, your egg and whatnot and stuff is not alive. All it is fertilizing. How you know? Because you eat for two. You see? You know, when it comes down to vegetation, when it comes down to the plants and whatnot and stuff, it comes from the seed. All this vegetation that you see out here and stuff, it comes from a seed. And it's no different when it comes down to a man ejaculating into a woman. You see? And what else does that show and stuff? It shows that the man is the prize, not the woman. A man can be polygamous, but a woman can't. You see? A man can deal with multiple women, and here it is and stuff. You won't see all those women's spirits and stuff upon him. But let a woman deal with multiple men and stuff. You see all those men's spirits on her. She has a multiple personality. You see? Why? Because they're the weaker vessel. You know what I'm saying? The Lord did not make you women strong like us. We're first. You're second. You're the beta. We're alphas. You see? You know? Right? And the Lord is using men and stuff to preach forth this word, and you need to take heed. You know what I'm saying? You might not like it, you might not like what you hear and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But remember, your soul is on the line. You see? You know? And if your outward appearance is that of a heathen, if you look like a Caucasian, what you need to do is that you need to praise the Lord that you're an Israelite. You see? Because Paul Walker and stuff, he looked like a white man. Jackie Chan looked like he's Chinese and stuff, but he's an Israelite. He gonna get saved. China Mac, he a rapper. But he gonna get saved. See? There was a good chance that he gets saved if he changes. If he repents, right? It says, ask unto a light that shineth in a dark place, which we are. It says, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. And that day star is talking about Yahweh Shai, because he come in the volume of the book. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want this word and stuff to meet you in every thought and whatnot and stuff. See? Romans 15:4, things were written aforetime was written for our learning. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened and stuff when it came down to those who believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and how they got out that jail and stuff when they was in intimate danger. You see? You know, a lot of you all want to do bronze and stuff. My muscles bigger than your muscles, but the scripture says that a soft answer turns away wrath. A lot of you all look at that as bitch ass shit and stuff, but guess what? The scripture said, the Lord said that wisdom is better than the mighty. You see? You know? You can talk your way out of some situations and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You see? Right? Verse 20. It says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. So it ain't no, anybody can just believe however they want to and stuff, and that's what it is. So remember, whose word is it first? You know what I'm saying? The Lord that gave us this word and stuff onto the Israelites first and foremost, right? Remember, the Bible was within a code and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it had to be decoded by certain men, Israelite men, chosen Israelite men at that, you see, right? So if the Bible had to be decoded and whatnot, and special men who the Lord had chose and stuff had to be the ones to decode it and stuff for everybody else to understand whose private interpretation is it first. It's the Lord's, man. You see, this is His word. You see, that's why everything that was that's being written and stuff is coming to pass. Let some man and stuff write a book and say that this ain't gonna happen, that ain't gonna happen, that's contrary to the scriptures. I bet it fails. As it says in Isaiah 34:16, none shall want her mate. Meaning that you're not going to be able to use anything and stuff to come up with scriptures. You know what I'm saying? You know, the scripture says that you can, let me get it. The scripture, I'm quoting this stuff. It says, actually, this second Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. It says verse 8, it said, for we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't no coming against. You just playing your role as being a wicked individual that the Lord's going to slay. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be the next individual and stuff on the news and stuff being slain however way that the Lord wants and stuff. Why? Because you came against His word and you came against the prophets. But remember, you're not coming against the prophets. You're not coming against men. We're telling you what the Bible says, and that's what you're getting offended of. You see, the Bible says certain things and stuff that makes you cringe and whatnot, and it makes you offended. But the thing is that you coming against what He approves of. You know what I'm saying? And what is that? That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. You see, right? You sit up here and say that this is wrong and that is wrong, but the Lord says that it's okay. Then guess what? That's blasphemy. You see, right? Right. So I'm gonna go back. This is verse 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20. It says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. It says, verse 21, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? Nobody just up and decide and stuff. This is what I'm going to do. It says in Proverbs 20 and 24 that man's goings of the Lord, how can a man understand his own way? See, meaning that when it comes down to your destiny and stuff, you can sit up here and be like, I'm going to change my destiny. Well, guess what? That's already predetermined that you're going to try to change your destiny because that's part of your destiny. That was already orchestrated by somebody else, and it's the creator, you see? But remember, we're creatures. You know what I'm saying? You know, if we were actual creators and whatnot and stuff, right? Then guess what? Somebody, even this doctors and stuff till this day, should be able to tell you how a baby is formed out of thin air. You see? Another thing and stuff is that a person should be able to change how they want to be able to multiply. A person should be able to change how they multiply and stuff without tampering with the original parts or pieces and stuff. You see? Yeah, you're gonna say it's science. You know what I'm saying? You know, all you need is a test tube and a sperm cell and the egg and whatnot and stuff. But guess what? Those are things that it was necessary for a baby to appear, you know what I'm saying, that God created already. So if you have the power over your own destiny, change that. Become asexual out of nowhere. You see? Without no surgery, right? Without no prayer, change it yourself. But you can't. You see? You can't change the original formula. You see? So we are creatures. Right? So it says, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit. And when you go into that word move, it says to bear or carry, to be bear, bring forth, carry. And that's what apostle mean. The word apostle. The word apostle means sent forth. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakai, Apostle Ramlah, and the elders on down the Great Millstone. You know what I'm saying? It's all who's being sent forth to preach this word. But it's a difference and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have those wicked of the circumcision and those who's righteous of the circumcision. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're hoping to be of the elect, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men, each of 12 tribes of Israel, the government body, and the rest of the 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children who are Israelites, believe, no matter how they look, convert and keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability, mingling with faith, repenting every day, and not cherry picking what they want to repent on, and repenting on a timely fashion on the Lord's time before it's too late. You see, who was predestined from the get-go and stuff, and those are the only ones who's going to put on as the elect, as it says in Colossians 3rd chapter. You see? Right? A lot of you all gonna be smooth daisy and stuff, thinking everything's all sweet. But little do you know, January 1st and whatnot, rape is finna be illegal. Rape is finna be legal and whatnot and stuff, you see? Where you women are gonna get taken by men or other women. You know what I'm saying? You see? You know, especially when it comes down to these soldiers and whatnot and stuff, when they declare martial law, when they don't have to report everything that they in and stuff, because you got something called the blue code that the police do and stuff, where they commit crimes and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They sweep it underneath the rug because they're the ones who the criminals are doing it. You know what I'm saying? Right? All those little movies and stuff where it was still racism and stuff, right? You have officers or militants and stuff, what they do? Why you thinking you finna get safety and stuff? They telling you to spread your cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Or taking you into some far country. You know what I'm saying? Or middle of nowhere and whatnot and stuff. And here it is, you got law enforcement and stuff here trying to rape you. That's what's finna happen and stuff, you see? You know? And guess what? You don't have to worry about when it come down to you women. You know what I'm saying? You got other women and stuff who probably want to get their pussy ate and shit. And guess what? They gonna hold you at gunpoint and stuff. And if you don't want to get your head blown to smithereens, you're gonna eat a lick. You're gonna eat a clip. And plus, a lot of you bitches doing that shit anyways. You see? A lot of you doing that anyways. You sucking and fucking on women already. You see? Right? But guess what? You're gonna be taking in force. You know what I'm saying? These times to come. You see? Right? So this is you know, and if you want the Lord to be in your corner and stuff, then guess what? You need to change. This is Isaiah, and that's why we're here. It's Isaiah 58:1. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, to my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." So we're telling you what you're doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that you want to establish your own righteousness. You know what I'm saying? You know, you think it's okay and stuff to be with the same sex and whatnot and stuff. Don't expect for the Lord to come for you and your help. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it comes down to you being in trouble and whatnot, don't expect for the Lord to come for you. Why? Because you're doing stuff that He's saying don't do. You see? You know what I'm saying? It says in Joshua, the 24th chapter, it says, "Choose ye this day who you shall serve. If you think following the ways of the Lord is wicked." If you think that following the ways of the Lord is wicked and whatnot, don't call to Him, don't pray to Him. You know what I'm saying? When your ass in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You know, when your pets and your animals and stuff bite the hand that feeds it. You know what I'm saying? It comes against you. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask for no help. You see? You know, when you amidst the trouble and whatnot and stuff, you trying to tell old boy and stuff that you're not gay, but he ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he want a tough, strong man and stuff to resist him. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes down in prison. You know what I'm saying? These booty warriors and stuff, when they get let out January 1st and whatnot and stuff, you're going to be talking about you ain't gay and stuff, and they ain't going to give a shit about that. You see? And a lot of you women and stuff are going to be in trouble and stuff because they're going to be spirits of vengeance to take a lot of you women out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men are in jail and stuff unlawfully because of you women. You see? And revenge is being paid back and stuff, you see? You know? And a lot of women and stuff, when it comes down to it, the Lord is not going to be with you and stuff because you're still disobedient when it comes down to your man. You see? You know, you want to sit up there and sleep with all types of men and stuff, and guess what? That makes you a hoe. Esau, Edom, a full-blooded spirit and Caucasian stuff. He has not told you that if a woman sleeps with multiple men, that makes her a hoe. See? You know? And everybody want to be a slut and whatnot and stuff, right? Well, guess what? You're going to have men that you don't want to have sex with you, having sex with you and stuff by force, by the 4 or the 5. You know what I'm saying? You see? You know, and they're not going to stop just because you want to stop. You know what I'm saying? Until they get their nut off and stuff, shit ain't going to be done, man. You see? You know? And a lot of you individuals, but the first thing is, though, as we continue to warn you about the future dangers and stuff that's inevitable to happen and whatnot and stuff, as you see what's going on in third world countries, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're going to sit up here and try to point the finger and say that we're going to be the ones that's doing it. No, you're going to be looking for us in those times of trouble and stuff when you've been playing games with this truth. You see? Right? So this is going back to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1, it says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Also proving that, yes, man wrote the Bible, but Israelite man. This Esdras is Ezra, you know what I'm saying? You know, E-Z-R-A, you know what I'm saying? You know, a Levite. And what was he doing? What was he told? And so he was told to write the same words that he was listening in on, you know what I'm saying, that the Spirit was given to him, you know what I'm saying, to write it in the book. So yes, man wrote the Bible, but Israelite men, choice Israelite men that you read of and stuff, was the ones who written these Bible verses and stuff, because they was led by the Spirit of the Lord, moved by the Spirit of the Lord. Plain. And the other one, right? Plain beautiful, yo, spoil ass to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You're going to build up my kingdom. Verse 3. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness and stuff, right? So just because you don't believe this word and whatnot and stuff, that ain't gonna stop shit. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? You're the preacher. You know what I'm saying? Right? Scripture says before the Lord created anything and stuff, you know, he pondered upon it first. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that he thought about it carefully and stuff before he made it into fruition. And yet, here it is and stuff. The Bible is an old book, but yet everything is happening right now. So what are you people going to do just because you don't believe? They ain't going to stop the vengeance coming. They ain't going to stop the Lord judging you and stuff because you want to be against him. You know what I'm saying? You on the wrong end of the bandwagon and stuff, you see? You know, and guess what? You still got time and stuff while we continue to preach this truth. You know what I'm saying? To change and stuff, you see? You know? And you even still got time in Jacob's trouble and stuff, but guess what? Being able to have a prophet in the midst of stuff with the right understanding is not going to be available to a lot of you see? And a lot of you women and stuff, you're going to get saved through sex, you know what I'm saying? You see? Because you're going to have to be married onto a man according to Isaiah 4:1, you see? You know? Hey, be glad and stuff that you love big dick, because you'll choose big dick over damnation over your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, you rather get your ribs tickled and stuff instead of get saved and stuff from thermonuclear fire. You know what I'm saying? Which is congratulations. You know, I got to give you a round of applause for that. You know what I'm saying? While you making your ass clap and stuff, these missiles and stuff that Russia finna send over. You know what I'm saying? They finna send and stuff and make you ass clap and stuff in that fire, man. You know what I'm saying? Where you gonna be gnashing and screaming for burning in the fire, man. You see? Right? So it says, and actually, this is Ezekiel, because you're being warned. You know what I'm saying? You know, this prophet, this generation shall seek for a sign, but the only sign that they should receive is of the sign of Jonas. You know what I'm saying? Meaning Jonah, the one who was swallowed by a fish, meaning a whale. You know what I'm saying? Who was in hell, in the belly of hell for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Was showing that hell's condition, not no place where you burn for eternity. You see? You idiots. You know what I'm saying? You know? All right? And what's going to happen is that you're going to get told this word and stuff. A lot of you all going to also hate it and stuff. Oh, I can't wait until these niggas get off the streets and stuff and stop talking about this Bible stuff. But guess what? When your way don't work and stuff, who the fuck you think you're finna be looking for? And they show you in every apocalyptic movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, it'd be an individual out there on the streets. They call them crazy, a bum, all that shit and stuff. Sitting up here saying that it's like, hey, you know, the world's going to end. The world's going to end. The world's going to end. Everybody's like, yeah, right, that stuff is not going to happen until 20 or 30 years and stuff, until my grandchildren are grown. You know what I'm saying? But really it's going to happen in your time, you see? And when it actually happens in your time and whatnot, what's going to happen? You're going to come into these spots and stuff looking for those men. You know what I'm saying? You know, what shall we do? What way shall we go? What's the right way to live? You know what I'm saying? Has a way of righteousness gone through thee? It said that you're going to be getting on boats and stuff looking for ways of righteousness. So what that mean? That means that you can grab any Bible and stuff. You can grab it from your book, grab it from your cupboard. You know what I'm saying? Blow the dust off it and stuff and open it up. But guess what? It's only one private interpretation. And that private interpretation been given onto certain men. You see? You know, and while you looking for it and whatnot and stuff, you're going to be, oh, I think it means this. Or I heard them say that it means this or that, and you're not going to be sure. You're going to be winging it. And that winging it and stuff is going to be damnation and stuff, because if you wing it and it be the wrong thing and whatnot and stuff, you're going to be destroyed. You're going to be led astray. You see, and Satan going to be in your ear heavy as hell and whatnot and stuff, because he's going to increase his, because the end time is coming, or the return of Yahweh Shai is coming back. You see, so get the warning now. Take heed now. You know what I'm saying? You see? For you women, stop fucking looking for equality and stuff. You was made second, man. That's all the way in Genesis. You know what I'm saying? You know, even science tell you and stuff that guess what? We're stronger than you. Men don't stop growing until 25. You don't stop growing until 19. You see? You know, meaning that we got extra years of extra development and stuff because we start off growing just like you all do. As soon as we're born, we're already in the growing process. But we don't stop growing until 25. Women stop growing until 19. So guess what? We got more brain power than you. Our muscles are better than yours. You see? We're stronger than you and stuff, mentally and emotionally. You see? You know? And let me ask you women a question and stuff. When you women lash out because you can't get your way, that's feminine wiles, right? Think about it like this. Do you want a man to be in touch with his feminine side and lash out like you when he can't get his way? Guess what? That's going to increase domestic violence. You see? You know, that's going to increase a man wanting to desire to put his hands upon you if you want him to be like you, because you women are unstable. See? You can't get your way, you turn to violence. They show you that in the cartoons and you see it in real life. If a woman has a misunderstanding, she think that her significant other is cheating on her, right? She can have a dream and she'll think that the dream is so strong. You know what I'm saying? I had a dream you cheated on me and stuff, and she want to slap you in your sleep, or she want to hurt you and whatnot. Let a man be like that and stuff, and he want to fuck you up because he think that you cheating on him. Worry about a man being a man and stop pushing on that feminine vibration on him and stuff, because you're not going to like it. You know what I'm saying? You know? You're not going to like that a man thinks that you cheating on him, and you know what I'm saying, and he want to get so dangerous that what he want to do, he want to grab a knife and stab you in your sleep, or he want to grab a skillet and stuff and pop you in your fucking face. You know what I'm saying? You know? And guess what? A lot of that shit's finna happen and stuff because you women are finna be prey for the spirits of vengeance, which are not just going to be animals or final destination type activity. It's also going to be by these men who's sick and tired of you. You see? You know? Right? And guess what? A lot of the saver hoes and whatnot and stuff, they're going to get tired of saving you or putting themselves in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? They're going to want sex and stuff, and they're going to take it from you. Right? So Salakia. So this is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1. It says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat that thou findest. It says, in this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll, meaning the scriptures. And it says, and he said unto me, it says, son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee, meaning to receive this understanding. See? Get this understanding, get this knowledge before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't want to be an idiot out here like a chicken with its head cut off and stuff, confused, because great confusion finna come. Because guess what? They're going to sit up there and say peace, peace, and safety, but settled destruction is going to come. You see? You think America is going to get better and whatnot and stuff, and they're going to dupe you, and it's going to be all hell breaking loose out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be sedition among men. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's going to be best friends fighting against each other and stuff like they're enemies. And your home girl and stuff that you were doing all this wickedness with and stuff, guess what? She going to be down for herself in those days. You know what I'm saying? She ain't going to care about the fact that y'all grew up together. You know what I'm saying? She going to care about that she needs to eat, or she needs to drink, or her children need this and need that and stuff, and she can't supply for herself and whatnot. Guess what? It's going to be a lot of betrayal and stuff by your friends and families and stuff in the days that we're coming in, man. You know what I'm saying? It's already getting worse and stuff, but this is the green tree still. What happens when it's a dry tree? You know what I'm saying? When ain't no food in the grocery stores. And the only food that's found and stuff is in your homeboy's apartment building. You know what I'm saying? You know, or your homeboy's crib and whatnot in the cellar. You know what I'm saying? He know where your stash is because you've been sitting up there sharing it with him. But now he on some low dog, grimy ass shit because y'all been grimy together. You know what I'm saying? But now you in a situation when that griminess is not going to be a team effort. It's going to be like spy versus spy. Y'all going to be against each other. Become one that's lacking in substance, and the other one has more substance. So you're going to have your own homeboys, you know what I'm saying? And guess what they're going to do? They're going to come up with the bull. They're going to come up with a gun. And they're going to be like, hey, boy, it's me. Open the door. And they're going to have you at gunpoint and stuff. And they're going to be taking your shit. And what's also been happening? We are also going to go nuts when they can't have their fix. You know what I'm saying? When people can't have their cigarettes, when they can't have their Black and Milds, when they can't have their weed, You know what I'm saying? You know, because the dispensaries are gone. They're no longer getting shipments from out of town. When that happens and stuff, right? People are going to go crazy and stuff because people are used to having it on a daily basis. Fuck all that. If you don't like the speech because it's too harsh and whatnot, move up the street. When it comes down to it, not talking to you, brother. I'm just saying out loud in general. When it comes, because the scripture says, though I be rude in knowledge, not in speech. I mean, though I be rude in speech, but yet not in knowledge. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it and stuff, when you can't get your fixes, people get antsy. People, that anxiety increases and whatnot. And people are used to, oh, I need a smoke. I always need a substance, you know what I'm saying, to calm me down. I can't do it myself. So guess how, and people are going to be quick to anger out here and stuff. So guess how it's going to be when that shit ain't there. You see, it's already been shown on the news that you had an individual asking for a cigarette, or if they sell it for cigarettes, and as soon as you pull your money out, stuff to either buy or sell, somebody gonna up the gun on you or a knife on you, and your life is gonna be on the line and stuff. And what are they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to rob you and stuff. And if not, if you really care about them cigarettes, them e-cigarettes, them vapes, you know what I'm saying? If you really care for it and stuff, then guess what? You're gonna die or get stabbed for it. You see? Which is amazing. You know what I'm saying? You know? Amazing. I'm talking about amazing in a bad way. You see? Right? Right? So this is Ezekiel 3:3. It says, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this robe that I give thee. Right? Also showing that we don't just read the Bible and we just got it already. The Lord got to give it to us. Everything comes from heaven, even understanding. It says that's why it says in Amos 3:7, sure the Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto the prophets. And his prophets are supposed to, the prophets are the ones who's going to get these secrets revealed and stuff so they can reveal it onto everybody else. So y'all can be aware of what's going to come. So you can get yourself prepared and stuff for the dangers that's going to be, because guess what? January 1st, as in 2023, it's going to be a purge. You're going to have certain laws that's going to be uplifted where people will be able to get out of jail and stuff because there's no bail system no more. You see? Right? Right? So guess what? A lot of you women and stuff who put niggas in jail and stuff, they coming after your ass. You see? Right? A lot of booty warriors and stuff like Fleece Johnson and stuff. I want you and I like you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. That's rape is not finna just be something that a woman's gonna suffer. It's gonna be a man too. A man and stuff who's been sitting up here working out because that's the only thing that he's been doing, who ain't been smoking weed or golfing in drugs and whatnot and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's gonna be dangerous out here even for the men. You see? And guess what? You're gonna need the Lord to be with you and whatnot. We need divine intervention. You know what I'm saying? Because it says in Isaiah 33:6, it says that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. He that fear the Lord is his treasure. And it says that the fear of the Lord, it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You see? So don't be no dumb motherfucker and stuff, you see? You know? Take advantage and stuff of this word while you still can, because this is what you're gonna need. You know what I'm saying? All you women and stuff that's getting your head boosted up by all these different movies and superhero heroine or heroine superheroes and whatnot, that's not reality. You're going to lean upon your guns, but guess what? Ammunition is not going to be coming in, so you're not going to be able to buy that. And it's going to also be inflation on ammunition too. You know what I'm saying? You know, and guess what? A lot of you all go to the gun ranges and stuff, and guess what? You're calm, you collected, you got the earmuffs on and whatnot and stuff, right? And you're shooting and stuff at peace. But it's going to be a difference when you're in the midst of danger. You might shoot with your eyes closed. You might shoot in the wrong direction and stuff and shoot an innocent bystander instead of the target, instead of the individual and stuff that's trying to attack you. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? There's a lot of movies out here that show that women are not going to be as tough or strong as they think they are. Guess what women are going to do? They're going to result to sexual favors. They're going to be like, yes, I'll do this. Yes, I'll do that. You see? You know? You think you finna box it out with a man? Well, guess what? A man will be able to not hold anything back and stuff. Why? Because it will no longer be illegal to hit a woman in her face. And that's what you women need to understand. You better humble the fuck down, you know what I'm saying, before the Lord physically do it for you. You see? Right? So it says verse Ezekiel 3:4, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. It says, for thou art not sent to a people of strange speech and of in hard language, but to the house of Israel, not to many people of a strange speech and of hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, it says they would have hearkened unto thee. Right? So the thing is that the Lord is not going to send us to people that we ain't going to understand and they can't understand us. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I guess what? Spiritual power is also going to come. And what is that spiritual power? You know what I'm saying? That guess what? It could be somebody who just speaks Japanese, right? And Lord willing and stuff, if I'm speaking to them in English, and English is the only language that I speak, you know what I'm saying, right? What's going to happen is that they're going to hear me in their language, and when they speak to me, I'm going to hear it in my language. You see, so they can understand. You see? And that's part of the spiritual powers and whatnot that the Lord is going to bestow upon his men. You see? Right? And it says, verse 7, it says, but the house of Israel would not hearken unto thee, for they would not hearken unto me. Right? Because the thing is that you think it's like you're just a man. See, he's just a man. He's just a man and stuff. The thing is that it's a guided man. A man that's moved by the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? You see? You know, and if you're not moved by the Spirit and stuff, then guess what? You have nobody to call on. You can call on Allah. He ain't finna come. Just like old boy from the Mummy, the movie and stuff, right? The movie, the Mummy and stuff, right? What was happening and stuff? He was sitting up here. Let me go for them. What was happening? He was sitting up here and stuff, pulling out all those chains and stuff that represented different gods. He pulled out the cross that represented the Christianity. Didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He pulled out the Arabian God and stuff, Allah and stuff. Guess what? And he spoke in this language. You know what I'm saying? You know, didn't work. When it came down to the Buddhists and stuff, it didn't work. When it came down to the Jewish, you know what I'm saying, or the Jew or Hebrew and whatnot, when he started speaking that, that's what saved his life. So what that shows that there's many doctrines out here, but there's only one that's going to save your soul. And that's the truth for the Bible, you see, right? And it says, verse 8, it said, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. It says, as adamant hardened, harder than flint, have I made thy forehead. It said, fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious people and stuff, because that's what? Knowledge of wickedness and stuff can also change the countenance of your face, you see? You know, and it's a lot of wicked individuals and whatnot and stuff. They face don't shine and stuff, you see? You know, you see that they got a wickedness towards them and stuff. It's an evil behind their snare. It's an evil behind their face, man. You know what I'm saying? You see? You know, because there's people and stuff who look serious and stuff, but they got a brightness about them. You know what I'm saying? But then there's also people that look serious and stuff, but they got a wickedness about them. You know what I'm saying? They probably got fucking lipstick, dark lipstick. You see? They probably got their eyes probably dark. You know what I'm saying? You know, probably got some heavy bags underneath their eyes and whatnot and stuff, unless it's a kidney thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, but other than that and stuff, they look evil as hell. You see, and we find that on a lot of you women. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to put the makeup on. That's why you got to lather your face with makeup. You know what I'm saying? Because outside of the makeup and stuff, we see how you really look. You know what I'm saying? You look evil as hell. You see, with evil deeds behind, backing up that face of yours. You see? Right? Not to be scared. The Lord told us not to be scared of y'all and stuff just because y'all want to be threatening. You see? Right? Verse 10, it says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, Verse 10, it says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thy heart, meaning your mind. It says, and hear with thy ears. It says, and go get thee to them of the captivity unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh power, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. So whether you want to listen to us or not, we supposed to give it to you. Why? Right? So you won't have a cloak for your sins. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not going to have no excuse. Oh, I never heard that. Right? And then you also got individuals like this and stuff. They'll purposely not try to hear you. You know what I'm saying? So they can sit up here and use the excuse, well, I never heard that, I never taught that. Well, guess what? You ain't going to be able to use that. Why? Because you had an opportunity and stuff to hear this word. You had the opportunity and stuff to receive this warning, but you purposely didn't want to listen. Guess what? You're not going to use that as an excuse either. You see? You know, this word shall be preached to the four corners of the earth and whatnot. Nobody's going to be without excuse. Every Negro, Latino, and Native American and Israelite while we were appearance instead of a heathen, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? You're going to hear this word and whatnot and stuff, and yes, it's either for your salvation or your damnation. You see? Plain. You see? You know? If you women don't want to get right and whatnot and stuff, guess what? It's either for your salvation or damnation. And most of the 2/3 are going to be women. Why? Because you're rebellious. You're wicked by nature. You need a man and stuff to guide you the correct way and stuff. And a man is going to be your mediator. A husband is going to be a mediator. And guess what? That man, in order for him to be your husband and stuff, is through sex, because it's nowhere found in the Bible that a man need to put on a ring, that he need to sign his name on some paper to solidify a marriage between a man and a woman. What solidifies a marriage between a man and a woman and stuff is sex. You see, and for all you guys out there, when it come down to Isaiah 4:1, you think you finna get a lot of pussy. No, you finna exercise a lot of demons off these women. You see, pipe ain't gonna be enough. Why? Because they've been piped down by all types of rods, been stretched out, man. These women don't have no tread on the tire. You know what I'm saying? It's a hot dog down the hallway. You know what I'm saying? And they what's it called? They give glory onto that. You see, our women are shameless. You know what I'm saying? You see, you know, that's why they glorify being a hoe. That's why they like being called bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? You call them a bitch, they get offended and stuff. But then when they want to call themselves bad bitches and downgrade themselves, you know what I'm saying, they happy and cheers and want to lift it up or celebrate that. It just shows how weak our women is, man. You know what I'm saying? You see? And also, how do you recognize? And also, how you recognize if a country is strong is by the behavior of their women. And look at our women and stuff. They out and about having sex with anybody. You know what I'm saying? You see? Right? Being sluts and whores. You know what I'm saying? They can't, and most of the older women and whatnot, they want to be just like the younger women. You know what I'm saying? Want to be able to fuck along and fuck this and fuck that and whatnot and stuff, you see? You know? Right? And they wondering why men don't want them no more. Why they alone? Nobody want that dusty ass, dragged ass pussy no more, man. You see? You know? Most of you women and stuff, guess what? Y'all looking on other females nowadays, man. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? You're gonna have all the reason for the Lord to put you to death. You see? And this warning is not gonna be out for too long, man. You know? So eventually, when they put out martial law on the streets and stuff, we ain't gonna be out here teaching no more. You see? You know? When Jacob Trouble and stuff is at its highest, we ain't gonna be out here teaching no more. We ain't gonna be on YouTube no more. We ain't gonna be on Odyssey. We ain't gonna be on Rumble. We ain't gonna be on no platform. You know what I'm saying? Teaching this word no more and stuff. And guess what? What's that old saying? You don't know what is gone until it's actually gone, or something around them lines, right? This word ain't gonna be important until you see that your way ain't gonna work and you're gonna need God's protection and stuff. But guess what? There's gonna be a certain way you're gonna need to live. And guess what? You're not gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Until he put his foot in your ass. You know what I'm saying? You see, when you women die, when you men die, when your homosexuals die, when your transgenders die and whatnot and stuff, you see? Why should he save you if you don't want to do what he says? Why pray to a power and stuff for deliverance and stuff if you won't do what he says? See? Right, so going back to 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 5, it said, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world." And what is the plagues? You know what I'm saying? Spain, they going through floods. China, they going through floods. Mudslides, rock slides. You know what I'm saying? They going through lightnings. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had that mass or that mosque. You know what I'm saying? That gigantic church. You know what I'm saying? It was electrical fire. You know what I'm saying? You know, and most people weren't even dying by the fire and stuff that was engulfed within the church. People were dying and stuff because they was falling over, and you had a bunch of people stepping on their corpses, man. You know, and guess who was the most individual? Guess who was the most individuals and stuff who was dying and stuff? It was little children. You know what I'm saying? You know, here it is. You had a woman at a gas station, old boy and stuff. Today it was his day and stuff to die. You know what I'm saying? Some dude and stuff blasted his head from behind and stuff. And what did the girl do? What did the mother do and stuff? She ran off and let her baby away. That's how you know that you women ain't gonna be tough in these days and stuff like you think you are. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're going to lean upon your guns and stuff, but that ain't going to do shit. What if the Lord and stuff wants you to get jacked up and whatnot, you make that shit jam up. Or you fire that thing and stuff and it fire backwards instead of forward and bust you in your shit. And your brain is splattered all over the floor. What if that happens? You see? You women not exempt and stuff because you're the weaker vessel. If anything, you're more in trouble. Because if you're the weaker vessel and stuff, then that means that you're more prone to do wickedness. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't need a man and stuff, then guess what? On your own, you ain't gonna do the right thing yourself. First thing a woman hears is that a man can be a polygamist and she can't do it and stuff. The first thing that she do would be like, the Bible ain't right for me and stuff, and she goes into wickedness. Well, guess what? It says in Exodus 22 and 18 that I suffer not a witch to live. You see? So if you want to be disobedient and stuff, then guess what? That's also the sin of disobedience. Is also the sin of witchcraft and stuff. And you're going to be considered a witch in the eyes of the Lord. And he's going to be seeking to put you to death. And guess what? It ain't going to be quick. You know what I'm saying? You got some sickos out here where they'll cut your breast off. You see? Cut your leg off and whatnot and stuff and want to see you bleed. Or see an agonizing face and whatnot where they have sex with you. You see? That's what's coming to America. And there ain't nothing you're gonna do. You can run to another country and stuff because guess what? They already doing that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Thing is that they're not putting it on the news and stuff because they don't want civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? It's inevitable. It's gonna happen on the streets of America very soon, man. You see? Second Ezra 15 and 5, it said, behold, save the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. It says, in the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their horrific works are fulfilled. It says, therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. So the Lord ain't winking at wickedness no more. He ain't letting you slide no more. You see? He ain't letting you slide anymore and stuff. You know, you're going to have to change if you want him to be for you. You see? Right? Right? It's time to stop being a slut. And guess what? It's more likely the innocent ones and stuff, the bookworms and stuff who's fucking everybody. You see? So looks can be deceiving, man. You see? No, you women can't have more than one man. You know what I'm saying? You know, other than that, you only women that have more than one man are considered as prostitutes. You see? And speaking of which, look at it this way. Look at it this way. It says in Deuteronomy, the 23rd chapter, the 17th verse, it says that there should not be a sodomite amongst men, right? A sodomite is somebody who engaged in anal sex. You see? Don't let your wife peg you. Don't let your girlfriend peg you. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Lord is not down for anal stimulation. You're only supposed to shit out of there. That's it. You see? You know, and even if you are heterosexual and stuff, you're not supposed to stick your penis into her ass. You see? You know? Let that be the way of the heathens, and that's why they're going to be destroyed for it. You see? And any Israelite and stuff that follow the ways of the heathen stuff, you're going to be destroyed as well. You see? Right? Right? And it also says that there should be no whore amongst the daughters of Israel and stuff. So guess what? Women can't have multiple sex partners. Only one man. You see? That's why if a woman call one of you females a hoe, or a man call you a hoe and stuff, the reason why I heard and stuff is because you got multiple dicks in your past that you done. You know what I'm saying? Or you left that man and stuff. So you can do more dick. You see? You know? That's why your legs look like a cottage cheese and whatnot. You got all them wrinkles. There's such thing as women out here, big fat women and stuff with smooth legs and stuff because they're not desirable. They don't get fucked like that. But there's a lot of women out here and stuff whose legs look messed up. And that's talking about them satellites. You know what I'm saying? Their legs look messed up and stuff, and that's the sign of a whore. You see? Right, so in 2 Ezra 15 and 8, it says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, It said, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Before the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So when you do this work and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you represent righteousness. You know what I'm saying? If you do anything outside this work and stuff, you represent wickedness. You see? You know, the Lord had made two sides of stuff. He created good, he created evil. He created light, he created darkness. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? A lot of people and stuff want to go for evil and darkness. Why? Because it feels good. You know what I'm saying? You know, but what if you stacking up sin upon sin upon sin to the point that, you know, the Lord want to do this? One day and stuff, you get to walking, you know what I'm saying, and a heavy piece of a building and stuff falls off and it cracks you in your cranium. You know what I'm saying? What about that? That final destination and stuff, that's spirits of vengeance. You know what I'm saying? You see? Those are demons and stuff fucking with the infrastructure and stuff so it can be used to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be wicked. You see? Right? Verse 9, it says, and therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Because guess what? Righteous men such as myself, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? You know, or righteous women and stuff, they're going to be slain. They're going to be put to death. You know what I'm saying? Because of this word. Because they want to change. It says in Isaiah 59 and 15, it says that he that depart away from evil make his soul a prey. And that prey is P-R-E-Y, meaning you're going to get hunted. You see? You know? We tell homosexuals that the way that they live and stuff is not approved from God and whatnot and stuff. Guess what? They don't like what we say and stuff, so they seek to kill us. You see? You know? And it's like, where your pride at? Where that pride at? You see? Women want to carpet munch and lick on themselves and scissor. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you explain and stuff, what really gets them off, a plastic penis. Something that represents penetration and stuff that another female can't do. As soon as you bring that out and stuff, guess what? They get offended. Where your pride at? You see? Are you homosexuals and bisexuals? Where the fuck is your pride at when somebody checks you and stuff about your sexuality that you say that you claim, you know what I'm saying, that you have full confidence in? Where your pride at? You know why? Because it's wrong. You know that it's wrong and you can't defend it. You can't prove that it's right. And for anybody out there and stuff who are homosexual and stuff, homosexuality breeds extinction. The Lord said, be fruitful and multiply and stuff. He ain't saved by test tubes. He ain't saved by the way of science. He ain't saved by extraction of this and that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He already made it a certain type of way for you to be fruitful and multiply, man. You see? You know? Guess what? If everybody follows his ways and whatnot and stuff, I bet it wouldn't be diseases. I bet it won't be no AIDS. It wouldn't be no herpes. None of these diseases would have existed and stuff if people would have followed what the Lord had said in the first place. You see? This verse 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? You're led to the flock, slaughter and stuff. When it comes down to animals, right? They might hear the sounds of the cows or the sheep or the lambs and whatnot getting slaughtered, but they don't know what the fuck's going on. And that's how you people are. Hey, brother, what's going to happen January 1st? Exactly. What's going to happen January 1st and stuff, that rape, rob, and murder is going to be legal. The purge is going to be legal. Anybody you have beef with and stuff, you'll be able to slaughter. You will not go to jail for trespassing no more on somebody else's property. If you committed a domestic violence crime against one female, she's the only one in danger and nobody else, and they will not go to jail for safety reasons. You will not be able to call the police and stuff because your house been broken in. You will not be able to call the police because you're in the midst of getting raped or just got raped. You know what I'm saying? All that is going to be legal. You see? And that's going to be by force. You see? And it says, verse 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about America. You see? Other parts of this world and stuff gonna get hit with the plagues, of course, but it's talking about America, you see? Right? America is also known by the name or the title Little Egypt. On the back of the dollar bill and stuff, what you see is a pyramid, but pyramids are in Egypt and whatnot. So what it's doing on the back of the dollar bill when it's issued out within America. You see? Because this place is Egypt, because Egypt represents, Egypt goes into the Hebrew word Malazarium, you know what I'm saying, which means double straits. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? A place of difficulty, bondage. You see? You know, you're bound by a sheet of paper in order for you to go to another city. Or to cross the border, or to go into another country. You need proof. You need paper proof. You know what I'm saying? You need permission. They say that you're free, but you need permission, because if you don't have ID, social security card, a passport, birth certificate, you know what I'm saying? You know, then guess what? You are not going to be able to cross the borders, you know what I'm saying, legally. So you're not free. You know what I'm saying? You need to ask for permission. You know what I'm saying? You see? Right? By an individual and stuff who land, this is not even theirs. You see? Right? So it says, verse 13. Well, verse 12, it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague. It says, in punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation and stuff. And guess what? When it comes down to those farmers, they shutting down a lot of those farmers. You know what I'm saying? They firing a lot of those farmers. You see? Right? A lot of those farmers and stuff, guess what? They can't keep up to they can't keep up to the status and stuff for certain things that's required by demand. You know what I'm saying? Because these storms are shooting down their product. You know what I'm saying? You know, these floods are washing away, you know what I'm saying, all this farmland and stuff and all the crops. You see? You know? Right? You know, or you have pestilences, you got rodents, you know what I'm saying? You got locusts, you got grasshoppers, you know what I'm saying? You know, and coming in fleets after fleet after fleet. And what's happening and stuff, they eating all the vegetation and all the crops, man. You see? Not even the pesticide is killing them nowadays. You see, you know, just like when it come down to the autobiotics and stuff, you take them consistently and whatnot and stuff, right? Then your body get immune to it. You know what I'm saying, right? So then when another disease come and whatnot, you can't take those antibiotics anymore and stuff because they don't do anything and stuff because your body got used to them so much. Guess what? It's the same way with the pesticide when it comes down to when it comes down to the crops being sprayed with the pesticides, man. The animals got the insects and the animals got used to it and stuff, and it's not killing them and stuff. So guess what? That means a shortage of food, which is going to bring in hyperinflation. It's going to be less product, but the product's going to cost more, and they're going to continue to increase this over and over and stuff. And when there's a lack of substance, that's where betrayal gets brewed. You see, betrayal gets brewed over the smallest things. A relationship between a mother and daughter and stuff. A mother would get jealous because she can't find a man, but her daughter did. You know what I'm saying? So what she try to do? Steal her daughter's boyfriend, right? So then next thing you know, you got problems within the household. You got that old saying that blood is thicker than water, but you starting to see that water is more dense than blood nowadays. How much more and stuff when people need to eat, need to drink. And for all you women and men out there and stuff that got children, if the Lord ain't with you and stuff, guess what? You're gonna try to starve for your children's sake. Your children's sake. You're gonna try to starve for your children's sake and whatnot, but eventually you're gonna get hungry. And a little bit of food ain't gonna be enough, right? And guess what's gonna happen? It says in Lamentations, the 4th chapter, that the pitiful women shall sod their children in the day of distress. You see? Sod means to boil or to roast. And they show you that in that movie Snowpiercer when they was on that train when it was too cold to go outside, right? And what happened? One of the guys, he said that the one thing that he was ashamed of is that the babies taste the best. And the reason why babies taste the best is because everybody loves fat and stuff, and the baby is fatty and stuff than meaty. You see? And And another thing about it too is that guess what? They put up a less fight against their lives. You see, you got an infant and whatnot. What is an infant gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You know, especially if they're barely teething. You know what I'm saying? You hungry, you probably ain't gonna even feel that pain and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You taking the baby by the foot and stuff and bashing his head on the concrete or against the wall on a rock or the pavement, man. You see, to kill him so you can eat him. You see? Just like they show you in all them Tom and Jerry cartoons and whatnot and stuff. They be like, hey, what's cooking? You over there thinking it's a jacuzzi and stuff, and they cutting up herbs and vegetables and stuff and putting in the same pot you chilling in. Hey, that shit gonna be real when it come down to your babies, man. You see? If the Lord ain't with you or you a heathen and stuff, guess what? You're gonna be destroyed. Right? So this second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell in, right? That dwell therein and stuff. And pretty much what that's talking about is you people and whatnot who want America to continue. To get America get great again and stuff. Well, guess what? It's Caucasians that's ruling this earth. You know what I'm saying, right? And then the idea of the Caucasians of America being great again is when you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans didn't have no freedom. When you couldn't walk the way that you could unless you had a chain around your neck. You see? You know? When you was out there in the field slaving. You know what I'm saying? When they was no longer eating, when they weren't eating stainless steel, but gold and silver. You see? You know? When they was dressing like George Washington and whatnot and had their foot on your neck. That's what they mean by making America great again, man. You see? And racism never left. And a lot of you all gonna see that and stuff, you know what I'm saying, when January 1st come. You see, because the Ku Klux Klan and stuff, the KKK didn't diminish. You know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of hot-headed Edomites, redneck Edomites and whatnot, who think that their salvation and stuff is that double barrel and stuff, and they ready to blow the heads of you Israelites out, man, because they don't want to suffer their judgment for putting their hands on us, man. You see? Well, guess what I tell you right now, you Edomites, you full-blooded, spirited Caucasians, guess what? It's inevitable. And your women will be ours. They will be concubines. You see? And they're going to suck and fuck like their life depends upon it. You see? Because it will. You see? Our kingdom we got next. You know what I'm saying? Even our own women going to be subject to us in the kingdom. You see? And women that can't get themselves together, guess what? You're going to be destroyed without remedy. Because what is the remedy? This word. You can't get down with the word, but you think you're going to fake it and make it, the Lord going to destroy you with a sword of destruction. You see? Because if you fake it and make it and stuff, then guess what? You're going to have some sort of understanding about the Lord's will. And like it says in Luke 12 and 47, those who knew the Lord's will but prepared not themselves shall be beaten with many stripes. And what is that? Being tortured to death. Sitting on a sharp-ass piece of wood, butt-ass naked, as you slowly cut in half. Being tied to two horses that go to opposite directions to pull your limbs off. To die by laughing gas. To die by a shooting range. Where they blindfold you, tie your arms up and legs up where you can't run. When they tie your arms and legs up, y'all saying, where you can't run, and you have 4-5 Edomites or coon-ass niggas and stuff who chose this world instead of chose the Lord and whatnot, and they shooting you down with rifles and putting all holes in your ass and stuff to make sure you don't survive like 50 Cent, you see? Or they they put a noose around your neck, you know what I'm saying, right? And they kick shit over and stuff so you can hang. Or they'll make you drown and stuff. Attach you to cinder blocks and stuff and throw you into the deep part of the water. You know what I'm saying? You think that would be a quick death? No. It says that when you drown, it feels like your lungs is on fire. Bryson Bull and stuff. People being cooked. You know what I'm saying? An enclosed contraption, and every time you scream from the heat or cooking in there and stuff, the smoke comes out the nostrils of the bull. You know what I'm saying? and every time the bull makes a moo sound or a certain type of sound, that's you screaming because you cooking inside of it. Being thrown in hot ass grease. You know what I'm saying? With your limbs cut off, your arms, your legs. You know what I'm saying? Your tongue. You know what I'm saying? Getting thrown into a cauldron of grease. Getting fried alive. Getting thrown into some sharks. You know what I'm saying? Lion's den. You see? You know? Getting thrown into a pit of aggravated animals and stuff that's ready to attack anything and stuff that it sees or comes in contact with. You see? You know? And guess what? What about this? During the time of Kings, during the time of Chronicles, guess what? There was a woman who was raped to death. What happens and stuff when a man still want to plow through you and whatnot and stuff and your juices ain't coming out? You know what I'm saying? You got something that's called a sex burn. And if they keep doing it over and over and stuff, hey, through that friction and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You can fuck around and go into shock and you can perish and you can die from that. You see? All you women that want, you want 12 inches, you want horse dick, you know what I'm saying? You know, right? When it comes down to it, if horse dick plows and you and stuff with that muscle, guess what? You're gonna have what's called a prolapse. You know what I'm saying? You know? And your stuff is gonna be ripped to shreds and whatnot. You're gonna have internal bleeding that's not gonna heal on its own. And guess what? You're not gonna be able to go to the doctor. You're not gonna be able to go to the hospital. You see? You're not gonna be able to do any of these things and whatnot and stuff because everything's gonna be shut down. You see? So there's gonna be injuries. There's gonna be sicknesses that you're not gonna be able to heal. You see? You're gonna count on your government, and your government's gonna be your enemy. Right? Verse 15, it said, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see? Right? So family is going to seek to destroy you. The scripture says in Amos 3:3, can two walk together lest they be agreed? If they're not on the same accord, if they're not on the same mind frame, if they don't look at you as team members and stuff, guess what? They're going to be looking to take you down. If they look at you as an op and stuff, and guess what? They're going to take you down. And guess what? It's not going to be black on Mexican. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be Mexican on Mexican. It's going to be black on black. It's going to be Puerto Rican on Puerto Rican. It's going to be Cuban against Cuban. It's going to be white people against white people. It's going to be Asians against Asians. It's going to be blood against blood, friend against friend, foe against foe. You see, that's the table that's going to be set and stuff in these perilous times that we're coming in. You see, it says verse 16. It said, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, like the last of us. They came up. There were certain individuals and stuff who was able to get the Humvees of the army. And when it came down some years back, maybe like 2 years back and stuff, what happened? You had somebody and stuff who stole a Humvee. You know what I'm saying, for the National Guard. You see, right? Right. So this is you know, you had, I think it was an Argentinian vice president, which is a woman. Somebody sat up here and what did they do? They try to, at point blank range, try to shoot her in the face and stuff. But what happened is stuff, the gun jammed up. You know what I'm saying? Let Lori Lightfoot and stuff continue to allow stuff to happen and stuff. Somebody gonna be coming after her. Lame. Take it, them shits. I hope that she ain't African, boy. She got a fat ass, right? Right? Lame. This is verse 16, 2 Ezra 15 and 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So allow, you know, watch happens and stuff, you know what I'm saying, right? Them Antrax, you know what I'm saying, Metro, you know what I'm saying, CTA and whatnot and stuff. Let they go on more strikes and whatnot. Ain't nobody going nowhere. And then eventually down the line stuff, it's going to be like the movie Songbird, you know what I'm saying, where you're going to have proof of vaccination. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're going to have proof, you know what I'm saying, of medical shots You know what I'm saying? You know, in order for you to go from this place to that place. You know what I'm saying? Or if you have certain valid, or used to be valid, or expired valid, or for some reason that scanners don't work, and whatnot, what's going to happen is that you're not going to be able to go into another city. They're going to cancel flights. You know what I'm saying? They're going to cancel more and more flights. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you're going to be stuck. You're not going to be able to boat it nowhere. You're not going to be able to drive nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be checkpoints and stuff hindering you. You see? Right? And it says, verse 18, it said, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. You think nothing's going to happen? Nobody's going to touch me. I have my guns. Nobody's going to touch me. I have rule over men. Nobody's going to touch me because I believe in Jehovah and Jesus Christ. That ain't the names. If your name is Jonathan and stuff and I call you bitch, you going to turn around? Not you, bro. I'm just saying this stuff. If your name is Jasmine or Jessica or Vanessa and stuff and I call you slut, you going to turn around? Is that your name? No. The names ain't Jehovah and Jesus Christ. The name is Yahweh and Yahushua, which no other name can be called except for those two for salvation. And that's only for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and Israelites who are with appearances that of a heathen. See, because Jackie Chan is a Jake. He's an Israelite. China Mac is a Jake. He's an Israelite. Brad Pitt, he's a Jake. He's an Israelite. He's from the tribe of Gad. You see, Angelina Jolie, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, Eminem, so on and so forth. Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, all Israelites, even though they look like heathens. You see, right? And it says, verse 19. Nope, verse 18 again. It said, for because of their pride, the city shall be to trouble. When peace and safety comes, and sudden destruction comes. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like, oh, they said that everything was going to be all right. You know, they said there was no more lockdowns. They said that we were going to go back to the movies. They said we was not going to have to wear a mask anymore and stuff. What happened? You know? Why are people shooting in the streets and whatnot and stuff? Why are people getting shot dead in the streets and the police ain't doing anything about it? Why I'm calling the police and stuff and their number is not active? You see? It says the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. And it says that mighty men shall be afraid. That's going to be you niggas with your guns. That's going to be you women. When it says men, mighty men shall be as women and stuff, right? We know how you women are when it come down to beads. You close your eyes, you raise up your hand, and you run in whatever direction and stuff without seeing where you going. You see? Right? Right? The men that got the games have been pushing 450 pounds. Been pushing 500 and 700 and squatting $1,000 pounds and whatnot and stuff. You see, you should be like women in that day. Weep. You're not going to survive. It might be your own family blowing your head off because they want your shit. It says, verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So you could be cool. You could be friends. You can even share food and stuff with the neighborhood beggar. Let me get some ketchup. Let me get some barbecue sauce. If you got some syrup. See, obey your husband, you'll get saved. You see? You know? And when they sit up here and think, you know, that you holding out, guess what they're going to do? They're going to knock on your door. They're going to be peaceful. Right? They might even be like, oh, no, I'm in an emergency, please. Can you help me? Can you help me? You know, my phone is dead, or somebody took my phone and I need to call the police. Can I use your phone? As soon as you open that door and stuff, they got a shotty at your face, sawed-off shotgun and stuff, double barrel and stuff, and telling you and stuff, put your, walk outside the crib. Give me your keys, give me your car keys, give me your ID, give me everything, give me your wallet. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you ain't gonna be able to call the police, man. That's the times we're coming in, man. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. It says, but shall destroy their house with the sword. And what is that? It's talking about the gun. If they want to hold it sideways like a rap video, or hold it forward and stuff, hold with two hands. You see? And it says, and spoil their goods, meaning they're going to rob you. And when it comes down to the military and stuff, there's a certain action that if they're in your vicinity and stuff, then guess what? You're supposed to allow them to your food. And if they eat up all your shit, if you try to fight against them, they have the right to detain you or shoot you down. And guess what? If there's a blue code when it comes down to the police, there's a blue code when it comes down to the army. Guess what? You're going to find a lot of army men and a lot of army women that's going to use their authority no, they're going to abuse their authority and stuff and how they wait with you. You see? Right? And it says, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. See, so it's going to be horrible out here, man. If you keep playing around with the Lord and stuff, you're not going to be able to call upon him. You see? You're not going to be able to be like, oh, Lord, please help me, save me. You see, you're not going to be able to do that and stuff. Why? Because you waited too late. I can go to him whenever I want to. No, you don't. Mercy is short, nigga. Mercy is short, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, you need to change now. And then keep changing and stuff, you see? You need to develop this knowledge for yourself and whatnot and stuff so you can survive for yourself and whatnot. Because a lot of you women going to be like, old girl, big ass titties or body and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Use as bait. With five other guys and stuff, you staying around them because that's the only protection that you have. You know what I'm saying? And all of them having their turns with you. You know what I'm saying? Book of Eli, that's finna happen. See? Book of Eli and stuff, that's finna happen. Man. Like the movie Book of Eli and stuff, that's finna happen. Like The Road, that's finna happen. You see? Everybody's going to be in danger, but the only ones who's going to have the hedge are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the Israelites who out with parents set up an Egypt. You see, they're the only ones. You know, if you all continue to keep playing, you know what I'm saying, right? Then guess what? You're going to see that the Lord is not for you, and that He could have been for you, but you're going to be in that wish, woulda, coulda, woulda spirit, right? So this is Proverbs chapter 5. Verse 19, no, verse 11. It says, and thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. Right? Because what's the end of America? Thermonuclear fire. Russia will be sending their missiles over here and stuff. And guess what? You either going to be in that fire or not. But it's only one way and stuff to escape that fire. You need to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments. You see? You know, mingle with faith. And you got to do that and stuff until Yahweh returns, which is the second coming. You see? Laying that in green. And it says, verse 12, it says, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. You see? Right? So a lot of people going to be in that wish, woulda, coulda, woulda type spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know? And all they hope is going to be in vain. This Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And actually, let me read this. This is Jeremiah chapter 30. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 1. It says, the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord Yahweh, saying, thus speaketh the Lord, power of Israel, saying, write thee all these words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. And it says, for lo, the days come, save the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, and the Lord It says, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. You know what I'm saying, right? But guess what? A series of troublous times need to come need to come to pass, just like every movie and whatnot and stuff, just like in the end game. You know what I'm saying? Avengers, the end game and stuff. In order for their peace to come and stuff, they had to go through a treacherous, perilous time. You see, right? And it says, verse 4, it says, and these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, southern and northern kingdom. And it says, verse 5, it says, for thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord came not to send peace on earth, but a sword. You know what I'm saying? What that means, destruction. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people are going to die and whatnot and stuff who don't have his hedge. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of men, women, and children are going to get raped. You know what I'm saying? Who don't have his hedge. You see? You know? You're not going to have divine intervention. Now it's like, yeah, that shit ain't going to happen. I got my guns. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you're not going to be able to stop the hand of the Lord or the will of the Lord. You see? Right? It says, verse 6, it says, ask ye now and see whether a man do a travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all and all faces are turned into paleness, meaning that they're in fright, they're scared. You see? When somebody is scared out of their mind and stuff, they lose their complexion. That's what that paleness means. You see? And it says, verse 7, it said, for alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And the only ones who's going to get saved out of it is the elect. No matter how they look, no matter how light or dark they are, but no matter how features, whether they cripple or a whole person, midget, or a completely formed person and stuff, right? The thing is that if the Lord has them on their roster to get saved, then guess what? They're going to prevail. There's also going to be those who's going to die by the way of martyrdom, but guess what? They're going to be written in the book of life. A lot of you people are going to die and stuff because the Lord is fed up with your wickedness. You see? You know? That might be you next time I get run over by some train. That might be you and stuff trying to do some TikTok challenge, doing some dangerous shit and stuff, and the Lord take your life. You know what I'm saying? For some goddamn fame. You know? And the one thing you people need to understand, when there's money and power, danger always follow. You see? You know? Guess what? You can't even rock your own shit without somebody trying to rob you or steal your shit, man. You can get killed over some shoes. You can get killed over a chicken sandwich from Popeyes. That's how weak-minded you people are. We know what your future gonna be, man. We know how you're gonna die, man. We know that the Lord is not gonna be with you people, man. Because the first thing that you don't have is stuff to secure your assurance. You know what I'm saying? It's this word, man. Lame. You can't have that. Ain't had neither one. Right? Right? So this is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up. And Michael goes into the Hebrew word Ma'akala, meaning he that's like God. And this is the archangel. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that the angels are going to have to intervene, you know what I'm saying, to help us. You can be swole all you want. You can carry all you want. You know what I'm saying? You can have fighting ability all you want. But according to Jeremiah 17:1, if you lean upon those things and stuff that guess what? You're cursed. You see? You're going to need divine intervention, not carnal intervention. You see? Right? It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be saved, that shall be found written in the book. And written of what? The book of life. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that you got to be part of the elect. You got to be chosen, not just called. You got to be chosen too. You see? Right? And that's why till this day and stuff, we hope to be of the hopeful elect, because nobody know who they are. Can't nobody raise their hand and say they Jeremiah. Can't nobody raise their hand and say that they're Peter. Can't nobody raise their hand and say that they're Isaiah. or Obadiah or Matthias. Can't nobody say that they are the righteous and stuff until the Lord comes back and proves that. And it says that in 1 Corinthians 4 and 5. Judge nothing until his time comes. You see? He's going to bring to light all the counsel of darkness. And what's the counsel of darkness? If you are the elect or not. If you've done correctly, were you preordained and stuff to be saved from the get-go? Are you part of that tawah, exempt from judgment? While everybody else getting killed, you ain't getting touched. We gonna see in them days, man. We gonna see in them days. You know? Verse 2, it says, many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth, talking about confusion. You don't know what's right and wrong, or you're saying that what is wrong is right, and what is really right and stuff, you're calling this wrong and stuff, right? So you're in a great confusion. It says, shall wait. It says, some to everlasting life, and to some to shame and everlasting contempt. Y'all saying, you know, meaning that you're gonna be like, damn, man, why I ain't changed, man? It was right there in my face. Or for you females and stuff, he ugly. You know what I'm saying? We already know that you love horse dick. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you probably should have stayed with the man that was the most biggest. You see? But maybe you would have got filled up. Right? Right? A lot of you women gonna be like, damn, I should have got with him. You know what I'm saying? Because look, when that Isaiah 4:1, let me read it. When that Isaiah 4:1 come, this sounds like a bargain to me. This Isaiah 4:1, it says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. That word 7 means completion, so it could be 6, it could be 8, it could be 10, it could be 20, it could be 30, it could be 50, it could be 100, it could be 1,000. You know what I'm saying? According to how the Lord seems these things fit, all shapes and sizes. You see, right? It says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying we will eat our own bread. So the women, they're not going to be asking you to pay for food for them, right? We're going to eat our own bread. We're going to wear our own apparel. So that means that they're not going to be asking you for no clothes. They're not going to ask you for no weave. They ain't going to ask you for no nails, no pedicure, no manicure. They saying, we got this. So what do they want from you? What do these women want from you if it ain't money, if it ain't clothes, if it ain't weave, even if it ain't even a place to stay? What do these women want? It says, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And only way to get the last name or the name of a man, you know what I'm saying, is through marriage. Now according to the scriptures, there's no such thing as being a ring on it. According to the scriptures, there's no such thing as putting a ring on it. According to the scriptures, it ain't no such thing as a man bowing down asking your woman for marriage. You see? Your shame, your reproach and stuff, those sins that you commit. And not only you gonna just go to any old man, you need that man gotta be an Israelite no matter how he look, and he gotta be part of the elect of the 144,000, as it says in Revelation the 7th chapter. You know what I'm saying? Or of the 1/3. You see? And guess what's marriage according to the scriptures? Sex. Ain't no man gonna be, I'm gonna claim you for the kingdom and I ain't gonna touch you. You know what I'm saying? You know, no. If you're gonna be joined onto a man that's not part of your family, I'm talking about outside of cousins. Anything else outside of cousins and whatnot and stuff, it's unlawful. You know what I'm saying? Right to have sex with. When it comes down to it and stuff, right? You're gonna have to have sex with these men and stuff in order for him, in order for you to be underneath his protection. A lot of you women and stuff are gonna have that hedge. You know what I'm saying? Where you're going to be guided by an angel, or an angel's going to protect you and stuff to lead you to a righteous man. And a lot of you women are going to get led to a righteous man to get curved. And that's going to be a life or death situation. And this is what happens when you play as thoughts and hoes. This is when you want to fuck every rod in the world. Forget about my past. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is when your body count and stuff fails you. You see? You see? It says, verse 2, it says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. It doesn't say everybody, it says Israel. So you got to be an Israelite. And if you're not an Israelite, guess what? You're not going to get saved. If you're not an Israelite and stuff, then guess what? You're not going to get saved. You know what I'm saying? But you will be bound in chains, you know what I'm saying, so you can build up our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Slaves, Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and the Israelites of the 12 tribes, no matter how they look, they built up your kingdom. They built up America even till this day, right? You know what I'm saying, right? That's what you're going to build up our kingdom with precious stones, with gold. Instead of asphalt and stuff, our streets going to be paved with gold. Instead of concrete and stuff, our streets are going to be paved in raw-ass precious metals and stones, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, instead of just having a brick laid out crib and whatnot, our crib gonna be made out of amethyst. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we're gonna have slaves to build it. Y'all gonna be picking up them big ass rocks of precious materials and stuff, and you're gonna do that and stuff just so we won't whoop your ass. You see? Because we're gonna have spiritual powers in the kingdom, man. It says reward her double with a sword of destruction. That means with spiritual powers, instead of with a lasso. You know what I'm saying? All these Caucasians that took pictures with their family hanging you from a tree, you're going to be able to hang them from a tree made out of fire. You're going to be able to burn them continuously and put their spirit back into their bodies so they can relive that glorious pain over and over again. It's not going to be laughs and smiles no more and stuff when it comes down to you heathens. You see? It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear, meaning those who understand. Right? Scriptures talk about when it comes down to your Caucasian stuff, we're going to dash your babies into pieces. You know what I'm saying? This is what you get when it comes down to open up the, creating the C-section, open up the wombs, you know what I'm saying, of Negro, Latino, and Native American women. You know what I'm saying, right? And cutting the umbilical cord and taking their babies and stuff and tossing them in the water for alligator bait, right? For using our hair and whatnot and stuff, ripping our hair off and using our hair and whatnot for cushioning your furniture. You know what I'm saying? For using our actual skin and stuff for leather and leather shoes and leather jackets. We're going to be able to do that to you, plus more. You have to pay for what you have done. Scripture says, touch not the apple of my eye. And those are Israelites. If you look Caucasian, you better hope that you're an Israelite no matter how ugly and frail you look. You better hope that you're an Israelite because they're the only ones that's getting saved. Heathens are getting saved so they can make and build up our kingdom. Your women will be our concubines, sad chicks, slut buckets, bed witches. And that's it. She either going to be in the palace getting fucked, or she going to be out in the field with the rest of her family slaving in hot weather. And the scriptures talk about continuous employment. None of you heathens going to be without a job. Y'all going to work. Revelation 13:10, it says, he that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience in the faith for the saints. So we're going to keep our faith, even unto death. Because even if you kill us and stuff, guess what? You're still going to build up our kingdom. You're still going to build up our kingdom. If you women are not Israelite women and whatnot, you will be concubines. You'll be side chicks. Women we're using just for sex. And that's it. That's what you're doing anyways. That's what you're doing anyways. And we find out the innocents are the biggest sluts. The bookworms are the sluts. So I hope this was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Wahara Kakodash. Double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you hope to be Shalom, wa Abba, Kwam Yasharallah.